Hi AP Research students, Mr. Muller here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about PAARC. Now we're at the point where you are about to start collecting the research papers that you will use to start developing your problem statement, research question, and develop your methodology. But you need a set of tools, new tools, to be able to determine if the research that you are gathering will be credible enough to be the basis for your own research. And for that, we use PAARC. Hope you're excited. I'm excited. Let's get started. Now, the first thing I need to talk about is why we don't use Raven anymore. In AP Seminar, we used Raven. Again, if you weren't in my AP Seminar class, you're like, why is he sounding like a raven? Inside joke, I'm sorry. Raven stood for reputation, ability to observe, vested interest, expertise, and neutrality. And you used it to assess the evidence of an argument to determine if it was credible. But that can't be applied to research because now we have methodologies, we have data. It's not just here's the sources that they used. Because in research you're creating your evidence, we need a new system to assess it. So we need to make sure this is valuable. So the P in PAARC stands for purpose. What is the reason this information exists? This really focuses on the project goal or research question. Can we determine that the research question that they were using is actually valuable? Does it pass the focus, value, scope, and feasibility test? Then we have to look at the accuracy of the data that they're getting back. Do they note their limitations? Is the methodology they've used and the data they're collecting reliable, truthful, or correct? Have other people tried to confirm that research? The third section of PAARC is authority. Where is this information coming from? For instance, if this person has a PhD, how long have they been a professor? Is there research in the actual discipline that they have? Also, you need to take a look at maybe this is an undergraduate student and not someone with a PhD, so you have to be specific in terms of is this person believable in terms of these resources. Fourth part of PAARC is relevance. Is this research actually specific to what you are focusing on? Is it related to your topic? And lastly, currency. How timely is this information? Again, especially if you're doing CSE or APA, the timeliness of your research matters. Is it current enough? Or is it a foundational source? These are the things you have to consider when you're assessing these research papers you will use to build on your own. Now, strangely enough, you can actually find parts of Raven, last time I do that, parts of Raven in PAARC. For instance, vested interest and the ability to observe is related to accuracy. Now, I'm not saying when you're assessing the accuracy, think vested interest and ability to observe. But that same mindset in investigation that you had, use that here. Also, authority, reputation, expertise, neutrality. You're not going to use those terms again here, but the same kind of investigation that you did in terms of reputation, expertise, and neutrality with Raven, use that with the authority. Now, the big difference between Raven and PAARC is you. In Raven, you were assessing someone else's evidence to determine if it's credible, but here, really, you have to justify your rationalization. You have to justify if it's purposeful, if the data is accurate, if the authority of the person presenting the research is sufficient, if it's relevant, and if it's current. It's now all about you. Well, that's it for PAARC. We're going to be practicing this more when we come to class. Hope you learned something you didn't know before. Thanks for watching.